friends? We're back. We're Black and Curious. I'm Kandron.
What up? What up? It is Deja. How y'all doing?
Hello. If you've never been here before, welcome. We do a cross section of pop culture in real life. Today, we are back with some Real Housewives of Dubai end of season sort of
Baby,
wrap up. Wow. You want to go
the
person
girls
by
are going
person?
through it.
Yeah, the girls are going through it. Let's go person by person. So where do you want to start?
Lesa Milan, she's just beautiful to me, and I just enjoy her when she's having fun. But these last few episodes have been hard.
Yeah. She's
Not this softy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa's my girl. I like Lisa, but she is clearly having a massive tantrum that Ayan is friends with Caroline
hmm
Stanbury. It is she's been having a tantrum for like three
hmm
episodes. Um, I hate that for her.
Totally
I
agree.
hate to see her go
Totes
out like that
agreed.
because I was like so on her side with everybody else. Um, but with this one, I'm kind of like, She did admit it though. She was kind of like, no, I am jealous. She was like, I'm jealous. I don't like it. you know?
But
So
she's not gonna say that to for them to see. And I
no.
I I feel like if she did, it would shut them up.
Well, she said it to Ayan.
No, but like saying it in front of everybody because
Yeah, of
they're
course.
like trying to stir the pot. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? I don't feel like Stanberry is being I don't feel like her attempting to connect with Ayan is maliciously
Neither do I.
done. I think I this season I really like Stanberry. I think
Same.
that she is just British.
Yeah.
And like and you just have to get past the Britishness to like the fun. I think she's really fun. She's just a little curt. So sometimes it can be a little rude. And if you be like, bitch, that was rude, she was like, oh, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I don't know. I wasn't trying to be. You know what I mean?
I love
Like,
a Stanberry. I watched Ladies of London and I love the Stanberry then. I love her now. So, but yes, she is British. She's very curt. I think maybe because
hmm
I understood her personality because I watched a previous show that she was on. So it was kind of like,
I didn't get into that.
oh my God, I loved
I
it. I
tried.
was so sad when it got canceled. I loved it. So,
It's on
after,
my Peacock thing. I can watch it. I just never
yeah.
got into it.
So after
Anybody else
watching,
like me get into the
yeah.
go ahead and
So
get
kind of
into it.
after
Sorry.
watching her with like the other Brits, I was kind of like, oh, this is what she is. And they kind of
Yeah.
gave it back to her in a lot of ways. But yeah, I don't think she's disingenuous here.
No.
I think she truly likes Ayan, and I think like she likes having a person who's a little more out there than her. Like I think it balances her because she's so like kind of reserved and kind of just like and she's talked about this, has like a hard time like breaking out of her shell sometimes because of how she was raised in the boarding schools and all the things and whatever. So like she likes to have
Yeah.
somebody with some fire around her. So she likes a Ayan, she likes a Caroline Brooks. She likes those girls that have like a little bit of zhuzh to them. And so I don't think it's
hmm
disingenuous at all, but Lisa Milan is not having an easy time of it.
She is not. But I also understand because she's not really connected with the other ladies. There's not
No.
any real connections with them and she doesn't seem to want to connect. She's very much like at surface level with them. And if
Yeah.
that's the case, I would like to see next season if she has someone in her community. Oops, good Lord. Sorry, I just shifted everything here. Anyway, if there's someone in her community there in Dubai, if she could
Hmm.
bring them to be a part, like a friend of on the show.
Yeah.
So that way
Agreed.
she has that buffer or like that safety blanket because I think that that's kind of what she needs.
Yeah.
Thinking of her back years ago when she was just Milan on College
Oh,
Hill,
chill.
she was really reserved then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
She like connected a little bit with one person, but it was similar in terms of the dynamic. She's a
Hmm.
very like hands-on one-on-one type of person seemingly
Yeah.
from what
Yeah.
we've seen of her.
She needs like how Sarah brought in Saba and
Yes.
she needs like a Saba to kind of like friend of kind of be there
Yeah.
to like be able to bounce ideas off of and bring her personality to life a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um
And
so
I truly enjoyed Saba. I
I did
really
too.
like Saba.
I did too. I think Lisa, when she was on Watch What Happens Live, thought she said she wants Saba on full time as a housewife next season. Um,
Yeah, but she's not married. Well, not that she needs to be married, but
Neither is
with
Brooks.
these shows.
Brooks is not.
Yeah. Brooks is, I mean, well, most of them aren't.
No, on this,
This show,
no, I
actually,
think
you have
on
a
this
lot.
one, a lot of them are because
You're
Caroline
right.
is,
Yeah.
and Ayan is,
She
Lisa
got married
is,
last year.
and
Yeah, you're right.
what you
This
call it
might be
is
the first
too.
show where a majority of them are.
Taleen is also married.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about.
Um, since you said Taleen, let's talk about Taleen.
Um, hmm.
Or you wanna go Ayan?
Let's go Ayan and Stanbury because I think all of these kind of intersect. No, wait, no. Let's go Brooks next. Let's go Caroline Brooks because I feel like her and Lesa Milan kind of intertwined a lot, and a lot of it I just felt was just
They
negativity
give
and hate.
frenemy.
They
Yeah,
are classic
frenemy.
frenemies. They are classic
And
frenemies.
it's like, why do you two seem to feel like you need to be in competition with one another? Because that's what
Mm.
it gives,
Okay.
like as a viewer.
Okay.
Like they are in competition with one another, but not in competition with one another.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like they like as a viewer, it looks like you two are competing against one another to be like the top brown American. Well, Lisa's Jamaican American, but American enough. One, nonetheless.
Hmm.
But like, I don't know. I want for them to be like the besties
Yeah.
as the two Americans of the group, but it's not. It's just not meshing well. And I understand that in group dynamics that tends to happen, but it's really
Yeah.
unfortunate. I wish that like they could come together.
And it seems like they can have fun together. Like that's the other thing. So when they were in Bali,
Yeah.
they were in the car with Chanel, the three of them. The three brown girls were in a car together and they're dancing, they're having a good time. There was plenty of times this season where I felt like they were in company together and they were having a good time together, but for whatever reason, they cannot get it together.
It's
Um,
always something in the background. Yeah.
Always. They are classic frenemies. So to talk about Brooks for a minute, her upset that Lisa didn't use her spa for her event. I was just like, why would she do that?
I mean,
I,
it's stupid. I get it, but at the same time, it's
y'all not
stupid in the
friends.
sense that y'all are not friends. One, two, because Brooks has an established spa, I understand why she felt slighted, but then at the same time, it's like, girl, y'all would have to have some sort of relationship for her to feel comfortable enough to want to do business with you. And it does not appear that you have that. Like even though she was beefing with Taleen at the last two episodes, she actually did business with her. She paid for
Yeah.
her to do, like to lead the yoga retreat. And I want to say that they did something else together this season. I can't remember
I
what
don't
it was, but
remember.
either way, they worked together. So, and it sucks that because of Brooks, now that relationship is frayed at the same time. Well, not necessarily because of Brooks, but like you said, they're all intertwined.
Hmm. Another
Um, I to the point of there's always something floating around in the background. No matter what she would have done, I feel like Brooke still would have had something snide to say.
100%.
And that is why they cannot connect. Because
Absolutely.
even though I don't, Lisa Milan definitely gives digs, but she does not, she does it as a response to Brooks.
Yeah, I agree. I would also say I think the spot she chose was familiar to the girls. So it's like
Yeah.
this is somewhere that they trust, especially like if people are like
And
massaging
they're all
or doing
bougie.
facials and all of this stuff. It was like they went around and they were kind of like, "You've been here before?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm here every week." Like, "You've been here before?" "Yeah, I
Yeah.
come a couple times a week." Or, "You been here before?" Like all the girls had an experience there. So it's like, why wouldn't you go with what you know your friends are going to enjoy versus going to some spa that you maybe probably never even been to? Like,
And then not
why
only
would you do
that, why wouldn't y'all think Brooks, why wouldn't you think, oh, Lesa Milan is starting this new maternity skincare, body care line. It's probably really smart of her to partner with an existing and established spa that we all go to potentially get her products in their spa.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she could do that shit with you, but you're not an established entity. You could be here today, gone tomorrow.
Mm. And then also, like you said, there was nothing that Lisa could do right for Brooks.
Yeah,
So her talking
no.
about, oh, why are we doing yoga? What does this have to do with postpartum? And I'm like, everything, sis, like everything. Like taking care of your mental and your physical body helps to take care of your mental health, especially in a postpartum environment. Like, why wouldn't you want to try to have yoga to try to bring yourself some peace or try to make your delivery easier or whatever the case may be? Like, this makes perfect
Yeah,
sense. Like,
working
why
on
are
your
you acting
breathing,
like this
working on
is
your inner monologue.
why are you acting like this is so far-fetched? Or even when they were like, "Oh, she branded everything." And this is like, "Yes, it's her event.
Yes.
Why wouldn't she brand everything? She did a beautiful job. Like, why wouldn't it look like a Mina Rose salon or a spa or whatever?" And then Caroline kind of taking that to, or Brooks rather, kind of taking that to mean like, oh, she's trying to open a salon, spa. She wants to make it seem
No.
like, and I'm like, I don't think that's what it was. She had an event, she branded her event, and maybe she does want to open a spa or like a boutique or something down the road, but that's not what this was. This
So,
was an event. And also, so
like, even if she does, so you already have an established business where you claim to be doing so well. So, like, that to me gave that, like, she felt like she was taking money out of her child's
yeah,
mouth.
maybe.
And if that's how you feel, girl, then you step your events up. You should have
Mhm.
had something at your spa where you could have your spa plastered all over the cameras, because
100%.
that's the intention that Lisa Milan was doing. Hello. That's why
Yeah,
she branded it Mina Rowe everywhere
every single
in this
place.
spa. And in addition to, because this is an established space, she made sure to have their monarchy,
Moniker,
that
moniker,
the right word? Marker,
moniker.
whatever. Moniker. Thank you. She made sure for them to have their moniker so that those who know this spa are like, oh, this is great. Maybe they, I can come here to get Mina Rowe stuff, or this established entity vouches for Mina Rowe products, so maybe I should invest in it. Like, come on now, like, if you're in the marketing game, then you know that these are smart things to do to establish a new business or a new stream of your business. I'm
It
not
was
mad at Lisa Milan for what she did
me
and how
neither.
she
And
did
I
it.
I thought it
It
was good.
speaks
I
that
thought it
she
looked
was
good.
thinking.
Yeah.
Hello?
I thought it
Period.
looked good. Like it looked good to me. Like everything should be
I'm like,
branded.
girl, I'm in America, but put me on your marketing team. I would love to be a part. Period.
Yeah. Love that.
Fly me to
Uh
Dubai.
so Brooks calling Taleen a beggar and that sort of thread.
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I felt what Brooks was saying initially,
Mhm.
because it's like, girl, okay, you want to get to know this woman for your own right. Okay, fine. Then that's what you should say. But it didn't seem like that when you sit down with Brooks and you're talking shit about these women. And then when you're with these women, you address it. She's direct, which I appreciate. But like, then you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna be buddy buddy hunky dory and just get to know everybody and da 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 da. It just seemed a little like, are
Mm.
you just trying to get on?
Okay.
Like, you don't really feel good about what was told to you from your best friend,
Mm.
but you're gonna just make nice because you're trying to get on and be a part of the show. It did
Okay.
seem like that
Okay.
initially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can see that. I just thought like I don't know, I just assume with all of these shows, they're bringing on their friends, they're getting their friends
Yeah.
involved in the shenanigans. Some of it probably with hopes that, that they look better by bringing on one of their friends versus, being involved with the being controversial or like I feel like Celine coming on honestly did more for Brooks than anything because it actually showed her able to be a nice person and be in friendship with people. Like last season,
Hello?
she is not loyal to a soul. And we saw her
No.
continue to be not loyal to a soul, but she is not loyal to one single soul.
Girl.
So I was just like, girl, she just gets on my nerves because she just does too much all the time. Like she does not have an off
Mhm.
button. And she's one of those people who is always having to like take a beat and apologize because she did too much. And like sometimes you have to just learn to not do the thing to you have to apologize for. Like
Right.
maybe you wouldn't
But
have to
she's very much
apologize.
a like do the thing and apologize later. Like that's just
Correct.
not her personality.
And
I don't think
some
that she's ever gonna take a
no,
beat.
but it's exhausting. She's exhausting. That's my issue with her, honestly. Um, where you want to go next? Well, we're right here with Taleen. Do you have any other
Yeah, I'm
thoughts
about to
on
say let's
Taleen?
just do Taleen. I genuinely like Taleen. But she did give me black scent a lot.
Oh,
Her
interesting. Okay.
and her husband.
Okay.
Um, Especially like when they got into it with Brooks
Mm.
and like the body language that she was giving, and it was just kind of like I don't know if that's gonna come across well
Oh,
on
interesting. I didn't
TV.
even
And
notice
maybe
that.
y'all can get down in the comments and be like, I didn't feel that way at all. She didn't bother me, but it did give me a little bit of black scent, just a
Mm.
touch. And I'm
I just
like,
thought she didn't
and
have
maybe
much.
sensitive to it.
Yeah. I just didn't think she had much story. I was kind of like, what is she doing here? All she did was stir up the pot and defend Brooks when at some points and then get into conflict with Brooks. Like her whole world seemed to revolve around Brooks one way or the other.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
didn't give me story and like I want to know more about her.
No.
No.
But they made her a full-time housewife and she could have just been a friend of
He
Brooks,
should have been a
like
friend.
Saba. But then how would that have worked? To be honest, maybe they brought her initially on to be a friend of,
Mm.
but then the fighting between the two of them did not work, so they had to make her like a part of the cast.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. It's
I'm just
possible.
speculating. We don't know.
We don't know. It's possible. All right, who next?
mm,
You want to do you want to do Sarah
yeah,
or
let's do Sarah.
Sarah, Carolina, or
Uh,
Ayan?
Sarah.
Okay, let's do it.
Um, Sarah this season was interesting. One of the things that I found most interesting is like Sarah obviously has had some facial work done, like some
Mm-hmm.
facial contouring, because her face looks
Yeah.
so weird this season to me.
Mm.
Like she's already beautiful. Why would she go and do? But to each their own. You do whatever you think is best for you and your
Mm-hmm.
body. But I just
Hmm.
was like, woo, Lord, because the scenes that they filmed where it caught her at weird angles, it just made her face look really strange. Um, Sarah is another one. This season, she was much softer. I feel like last season, she was very much like direct in your face, very traditionally Arab in terms of like how she came across,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed that about her. It didn't bother me at all. Having had, like relationships with Arab women here in the States and like just loving their personalities in general. Sarah was great. Um, Her dating the guy though, it just
Mm-mm.
to me it dimmed her. But her and I like that we had Saba, so we
Yeah.
can put them together in this one. I like that we had Saba because it allowed us to see a different side of Sarah. Sarah last season was very assertive, very, like I can take care of myself, I take care of my son, I am very independent. And this season, her trying to see her navigate relationships and still uphold her Arab traditions and like upbringing and making sure that
Yeah.
she presents herself in a certain way, it was very interesting to see. She was also very covered up this season.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I don't know. I just noticed a lot of her garb was very covered up, like up to here. I don't know that it wasn't like that last season, but I definitely noticed it this season. A lot of her stuff, she was always fully like
Fully
covered.
covered. Maybe it's due to the relationship more. But I didn't notice it last.
Maybe.
I didn't notice it this season, and I honestly didn't notice Sarah at all last season. So there's that. But or I used to get her confused with the other lady because they were both like just kind of background to me. Um,
Yeah. And that
the
other lady got kicked off the show.
correct. The biggest thing with
But she came
Sarah,
back as a friend.
yeah. So I don't know. The biggest thing with Sarah, I just thought her sharing the plot, the kidnapping plot with her kid, and then being surprised that the kid was like scared to do anything by himself. I was just like, why wouldn't you? I felt like it
Why
was just
would
a
you tell
better
him that?
way to handle that. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
But I mean, the parenting, you can't tell someone how to parent their child. It just, I think a lot of us watching were just kind of like, I don't know that I would have shared so much detail with my little
It
one
was the
because he's like
detail.
7, 8.
Yeah, it was the detail. And he
So
was sitting up in the
yeah,
conversation with a bunch of grown ass women who were having this very detailed conversation. Like that felt like something she should
yeah,
have had to the side with him in an age appropriate way. Like that's a different conversation that you have with a 7 or 8 year old versus what you're gonna have with your
agree,
girlfriends.
agree, fully
Um,
agree on that one.
I did
Her
like
and
this.
Akeem though, I was just like,
Yeah. I like that Saba got her together at that dinner and was kind of like, girl, what are you doing? This is not working. And you know it's not working. Saba,
no.
she gathered her and me, honestly. She gathered. Um,
Now she gathered her and me. You
I
are
was just like, ooh,
crazy.
because I'm slow to let people go, child, but I was like, did I catch a
Not
stray?
you. Did you catch a stray?
I caught a stray. And also her letting the boyfriend mess up her bag when she was trying to get like a deal or something. I was just like,
That she
he's not
had the
here.
deal. She had the deal, and he told her that she needed to decline it, but it was $45,000
I
versus
was
his
like,
3,500 that he would not drop.
I was like, he's not here. He's not in your home. You have a child to care for. Like, that
You're not
is,
filming in your
you're
home.
not filming your home. Like, this, that's first and foremost. I don't even understand how he has a say in the bag. And like, I understand, like you were saying, the culturally, I'm sure she felt
Yeah.
obligated to kind of defer to him. But at the end of the day, like,
Hmm.
I don't think
That's
especially you
always been the
already,
challenging thing,
yeah,
understanding that the cultural dynamics
yeah,
and how they play out, even though like you can have a woman that is very independent and takes care of themselves and handles all of their affairs and does everything as they, should and need to, but like all that goes out of the window when they have a male counterpart in the
yeah.
picture. It's just interesting to see
Yeah, and also they letting him have that call when you're already having problems, like, he seemed like he's on his way out the door, so
that
I can
part.
see I can see if y'all were in a good place, but
Cause like I'm
you know.
sorry, but what I'm not about to do, and my thing is maybe 45,000 ain't nothing. She make that hand over fist, right? But I'm not about to throw away. Of this is already inked.
Yeah,
It's done. I just have to sit down at the studio, do the interview, or do it like remotely because I don't know that the person was going to be physically there. I don't know that she
yeah,
even said that. So, but like, and then and when I ask you to do the same thing, because it just made me feel uncomfortable and it was only $3,500, you just was like, no, just no.
mm-mm. Bad, bad, bad.
That easily, like, you didn't even consider, like, oh, she's saying this because I told her to drop that $45,000 deal.
Mhm. Yeah. So
It just gave very selfish,
he should have been happy to do that for her. Um,
period. And hell, he should have been happy for her to get this 45,000. Because I
absolutely.
know some Muslim or not specifically Muslim, some Arab men are like, you can make the money, you just gonna give me the money.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just I don't remember who
Muslim
said it. I don't
culture.
remember if it was Saba who said it or some other person who said it, but it's just like it's a money and power dynamic. And so he wanted to know he had that power over her 45,000 and she didn't have that power even
Mm-hmm.
though it was only 35. So it's money and power. Um
Mm-hmm.
let's do
Yeah, Saba
Caroline.
I
Let's do Caroline and
Stanbury.
yeah, Stanbury and Ayan.
I enjoy their relationship. I think that Ayan and Stanbury together, Stanbury gets to be kooky. I think that she also really gets to be kooky with Taleen.
Yeah.
I think that she just needed again, like to your point, the fire to like help her let her own fire free.
Yeah. I
Because you
agree.
could tell, like when they did like the girls' night, in not Dubai, they were in Bali. Like at first she was like a stick in the mud, and the next thing you know, you saw her up on the on the stage with the
Little
pole, and
stage
she's like
dancing.
doing like this.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny, but she was like, she felt more comfortable, and like the people are making fun of her, and it's like, yo, like, chill out.
Like she's
She
having a
grew
good
up in a
time.
very reserved culture.
Mm-hmm.
Allow her to be free with people that allow her to be free. I think it's just too much judgment.
Yeah. Agreed. Um, let's see. When she said she liked Brooks unhealed, that cracked me up because I was like, "Hey, I don't know that Brooks is actually healing. I think she's using healing
No,
language, but I don't think she's actually doing anything." But it just cracked me up because
no.
she was like, "Girl, you were direct then. I understood what you were talking about, not having to have Taleen translate, be your anger translator.
Or
Like, I don't
Sarah.
need that." Or Sarah to be your anger
I think it
translator.
was Sarah was the emotional translator. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sarah, it was. It's like to be your emotional train. I don't need that. Like I'd really just like to know from you. So that cracked me up. Um, and I also was just trying to figure out why Caroline married Sergio because she don't want to have a
I
baby.
still don't understand it. She don't. And that to be all season, I have just been sitting here like, how the hell do you get married and you don't want to have a baby? Like
She
that is
wants
a
to have a baby.
key piece in the coming of togetherness.
She
Okay.
don't want a
How
baby.
is it that we missed this part and we still jump to we gonna go ahead and file these nuptials?
Yeah, she don't want to have a baby.
Like
She don't want to have a baby.
what it's clear she does not want to have any more children.
Mm-mm.
So like, what are you gonna do, sir?
Yeah. They did say that surrogacy is
I
now
just
legal in Dubai, so hopefully maybe they'll be
yeah
able to bring forth life via surrogate and maybe she'll feel better about that and then hire the nannies and raise the raise the kid very hands off. Um
yeah. But he's not gonna want to do that.
Well, he can still be involved, but I don't think that Stanbury knows how to raise children. She wasn't raised as a child. She was sent to boarding school. Her kids have basically said, "You didn't raise us either." So I don't think she wants to. I don't think she likes it, but maybe she'll do it for Sergio via surrogate. I can't see her getting pregnant. Let me put it that way. I can't see her
Mm, no,
implanting
not
the
at no damn 50.
implanting
And
the
she's like,
egg
I
in
can't
herself.
see it either.
Yeah, she can't. Real quick, let's do the voice note that unraveled the friendship between
Child,
Ayan and Lisa.
the
Um,
melee.
yeah. I it was
Two,
Go ahead.
I would say to Stanbury's credit, she just was trying to poke fun at Sarah. Basically she was trying to like dismantle this like close-knit relationship that Brooks and Sarah have like stated that they have because
Mhm.
Brooks is doing emotional healing work.
Mhm. Mhm.
And she's just like Stanbury's like this is all you're all full of shit. This is not
Yeah.
what's happening right now because this is what she said. Although
Mhm.
it was misconstrued, like nonetheless, it should not have gone to the level in which it did.
No.
I understand Lesa Milan being pissed off. Like, I shared something with you in confidence, and then here you go sharing it with other bitches. Like, that's not what we were supposed to be doing here.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I understood it too. And I don't know. I think my sense of Ayan this season has been that I think she means well most of the time, but I think she does get a lot of stuff confused. I think she be running the wrong information and you be like, "Girl, that's not what happened." And I think that's what happened at the end. Like, I think she probably did say that Lisa was jealous or no, that Caroline, I forget which way it went. Somebody was jealous.
Was that she said that Caroline was bragging,
Was
or that
bragging.
Caroline said that Lisa was
Lisa was
bragging about
bragging.
being able to buy the house.
And it
Yeah.
was like a word, but it was like a turn of phrase. And it feels like a Yan she can drop little stuff in and
She do it all the time.
she thinks she's doing one thing and is really doing another. And it's just like, I don't know what's happening here. Why does this keep happening to you? But then she gets overly worked up and turns herself into the victim. And it's like, girl, you started it. Like, what are you doing? How did we get here? And because we mostly like Ayan and think that she's just like kooky, people don't really call her out for like turning herself into the victim all the time. But she
Yes.
does.
She is hysterically funny to me.
She's funny. She's
Her
hilarious.
meltdowns,
But she has these
it's but
major
hold on.
meltdowns. And you're like, girl,
Girl, yes.
you put
Like,
yourself in
what
that
is happening?
situation. How did we get here? Why are you melting down when everybody else has the right to melt down?
Right. But like that scene after her at the Queen's party or whatever, the last thing that was happening last episode,
Yeah.
when she's walking down the hall sobbing. She's like, oh.
And then you
Like,
be
what
like,
is happening?
girl, what is happening? And are there tears? I don't see tears.
No, no tears at all. She just walking down the hall. I was
I feel
like,
like, girl,
that shit was so funny to me. And then for Stanbury to be following behind her, like, what is going on?
it it was
I'm
a lot
sorry.
for
I don't
me.
mean to be laughing at somebody's pain,
It
but
was
like
funny
the dramatization,
and chaotic.
baby.
Yeah,
Oh my God. So funny.
so funny. So I
I'm
think that
sorry, y'all.
about
That just took, I had to share that.
yeah, it took me out too. So I think that about wraps it on any on Housewives of Dubai. Have you any last minute thoughts about this season?
I'm just waiting to see what this reunion is going to be like because
Yeah,
clearly it's guns a-blazing between Stanbury and Lesa Milan
yeah,
and Ayan, unfortunately. And it's just like Ayan, again, to the extreme, she takes things way too far. Like,
yeah,
you created this chaos, and then now you're like the victim,
yeah.
and now you're angry. But like, when you're right, you're right. Ayan is right that like Lesa Milan is a little bit controlling.
She is.
Like, it is what it is, but girl,
And then like
like all
taking
last season, she was misconstruing things, like Mia
yeah,
from Potomac.
yes, yes. And it's like she takes whatever is said and just runs with it. Even when the girls are like, "Oh, you're different when you're with Lisa." Like she now believes that Lisa has an agenda, and I'm like, "Girl, I don't think that's it. I think I think you're navigating your different kinds of relationships and that's okay." So like you let them put a battery in your back against your best friend. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? Anyways,
Ma'am, y'all got to sat on down somewhere.
please. Please and thank you.
Sat on down and have a conversation before you start with the
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
With
girl,
no
that
tears.
is crazy.
No tears.
No tears, no whatsoever. Dry as a bone.
Yeah.
She blew her nose on, was it Chanel Pucci? Something.
Oh, Poochie.
Somebody's like,
It was a scarf. It was a Poochie scarf. Yeah. Or no, Valentino. I think it was Valentino. I think it was Valentino.
Valentino. It was Valentino. You're right.
It was
Anyway, y'all get down in the comments. Let us know what you think of this
yeah.
this season
Chaotic
of
season.
Dubai. Very chaotic. And what your thoughts are of the drama that happened in the last few episodes between Lesa Milan and Ayan.
Yeah.
Until then, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.